Phineas Taylor Barnum, or PT as he would become known, was a real go-getter from the start. From a very young age, he showed an incredible ability to see opportunities where no one else could. His sharp mind and cleverness set him apart from his peers, and he was always on the lookout for the next big idea. Born in Bethel, Connecticut in 1810, young PT was not fond of manual labor. Quiet Bethel, with its quaint charm and close-knit community, was not enough to contain his growing ambitions. Even as a child, Barnum was restless, always dreaming of a life beyond the confines of his hometown. He preferred the world of numbers and the thrill of a good deal. The jingle of coins and the rustle of banknotes fascinated him far more than any hard work. He would spend hours poring over accounting books, learning the ins and outs of commerce. He worked in his father's general store, developing a keen sense for business. The store was a hub of activity, and young Barnum thrived in this environment. He learned to read people, to understand their needs and desires, and most importantly, how to sell to them. Barnum had a knack for identifying an opportunity and an even greater talent for selling it. Whether it was a rare trinket or an ordinary household item, he knew how to make it seem indispensable. His powers of persuasion were unmatched, and he quickly gained a reputation as a shrewd businessman. By the age of 12, Barnum was already selling lottery tickets. This early foray into the world of sales was a testament to his entrepreneurial spirit. He would roam the streets, peddling tickets with a charm and confidence that belied his age. He later opened his own general store. This was no small feat for someone so young, but Barnum was undeterred. He stocked his store with a variety of goods, always making sure he had something for everyone. His store quickly became a popular spot in town, attracting customers from near and far. He yearned for the hustle and bustle of the big city and moved to New York at the age of 25. The bustling metropolis was a far cry from quiet Bethel, and Barnum was eager to make his mark. The energy and vibrancy of the city were intoxicating, and he knew this was where he belonged. Barnum was a man of boundless ambition and energy, always in pursuit of the next big conquest. He was constantly on the move, always seeking out new opportunities and challenges. His drive and will to succeed were unmatched, and he was willing to take risks that others wouldn't even consider. Little did he know that his name would become synonymous with spectacle and entertainment on a grand scale. The seeds of his future success were already being sown, even if he didn't realize it at the time. His flair for the dramatic and his ability to captivate audiences would soon propel him to fame and fortune. Barnum's early ventures in New York were a mix of highs and lows. He tried his hand at various businesses, each teaching him valuable lessons. Some ventures were successful, while others were not. But Barnum never let failure deter him. He dabbled in publishing, real estate, and even ran a boarding house. Each of these endeavors contributed to his growing knowledge and experience. He learned the importance of adaptability and resilience, qualities that would serve him well in his future endeavors. He had a flair for publicity and wasn't afraid to stretch the truth. Barnum understood the power of a good story and knew how to use it to his advantage. He was a master of self-promotion, always finding ways to keep himself and his ventures in the public eye. One of his earliest schemes involved exhibiting Joyce Heth, an elderly black woman. Barnum claimed that she was the 161-year-old nurse of George Washington. This audacious lie, while morally reprehensible, was Barnum's introduction to the world of showmanship. Barnum claimed she was 161 years old and had been George Washington's nurse. This claim was, of course, completely fabricated, but it drew crowds nonetheless. People were fascinated by the idea of meeting someone who had supposedly known the first president of the United States. This audacious lie, while morally reprehensible, was Barnum's introduction to the world of show business. He learned that the public had a seemingly insatiable appetite for the unusual. The more outlandish the claim, the more people wanted to see it for themselves. He learned that the public had a seemingly insatiable appetite for the unusual. Barnum, ever the opportunist, was more than happy to give them what they wanted. He realized that people were willing to pay for a good story, even if it wasn't entirely true. Barnum, ever the opportunist, was more than happy to give them what they wanted. His next venture would solidify his reputation as the master showman. He was ready to take on the world, armed with his unique blend of business acumen and showmanship. His next venture would solidify his reputation as the master showman. Barnum's journey was just beginning, and the world was about to witness the rise of one of the greatest showmen in history. In 1841, Barnum purchased Scudder's American Museum in New York City. This acquisition marked the beginning of a new era in the world of entertainment and public exhibitions. Barnum, with his keen sense of showmanship and eye for the extraordinary, transformed the museum into a cultural landmark that would capture the imaginations of countless visitors. This five-story building became a monument to the strange and wonderful. It stood as a beacon of curiosity, drawing in people from all walks of life who were eager to experience the unusual and the bizarre. The museum's exterior, with its grandiose facade, hinted at the wonders that lay within. Barnum understood that to draw in the crowds, he needed to offer something truly unique. He was a master at creating a sense of anticipation and wonder, ensuring that each visitor left with a story to tell. His ability to tap into the public's curiosity was unmatched, and he used this skill to great effect. He filled the museum with a bizarre and eclectic collection. There were stuffed animals, scientific instruments, and artifacts from all over the world. Each exhibit was carefully curated to spark contemplation and wonder, combining education with entertainment in a way that was ahead of its time. Wax figures and live performances. These live performances ranged from musical acts to dramatic readings, adding a dynamic element to the museum experience. Visitors could not only see but also hear and feel the vibrancy of the exhibits, making each visit a multi-sensory adventure. Barnum was a master of promotion. His flair for publicity was legendary, and he knew exactly how to generate buzz and excitement. He was always thinking of new ways to attract attention and keep the public engaged. He plastered the city with eye-catching posters. These posters were designed to be bold and intriguing, often featuring sensational headlines and striking imagery that promised an experience like no other. They were a key part of his strategy to draw in the crowds. He would plant sensational stories in the newspapers. These stories were often exaggerated or even completely made up, but they served their purpose, to pique curiosity and drive people to the museum. Barnum understood that in the world of entertainment, perception was often more important than reality. He understood the power of word of mouth and encouraged his visitors to spread the word. He knew that personal recommendations were invaluable, and he made sure that every visitor had something remarkable to share with their friends and family. Barnum's museum was a place where people could escape the ordinary. It offered a refuge from the mundane routines of everyday life, providing a space where imaginations could run wild and the impossible seemed within reach. They could marvel at the wonders of the world, both real and imagined. The exhibits were designed to challenge perceptions and inspire awe, blending fact and fiction in a way that was both entertaining and thought-provoking. One of the most popular attractions was the Fiji mermaid. This exhibit captured the public's imagination like no other, becoming a symbol of the museum's unique appeal. This grotesque creature was actually the head and torso of a monkey sewn to the tail of a fish. Despite its obvious fakery, it fascinated visitors who were eager to see this strange and mysterious creature with their own eyes. Despite its obvious fakery, people lined up to see it. The Fiji mermaid exemplified Barnum's ability to create a spectacle that people couldn't resist, even when they knew it wasn't real. Barnum knew that the public loved to be fooled. He understood that the thrill of being tricked was part of the attraction, and he exploited this with great skill. He even encouraged skepticism, knowing that it would only fuel his fame. By inviting people to question and debate the authenticity of his exhibits, he kept the conversation going and ensured that his museum remained a topic of interest. The American Museum was more than just a collection of oddities. It was a place where education and entertainment intersected, offering visitors a chance to learn about the world in a way that was both fun and engaging. Barnum saw it as a place of both education and entertainment. He would host theatrical performances, lectures, and even hold debates on current events. These activities added depth to the museum experience, making it a hub of cultural and intellectual activity, and even hold debates on current events. These debates were a way to engage the public in important discussions, reflecting Barnum's belief that the museum should be a place for both amusement and enlightenment. The museum was a microcosm of American culture, reflecting the country's fascination with progress, spectacle, and the allure of the unknown. It captured the spirit of an era that was defined by exploration and discovery, both scientific and cultural. It was here that Barnum truly honed his skills as a showman and entrepreneur. He learned the art of captivating an audience, transforming even the most mundane objects into sources of wonder and intrigue. He learned to cater to the desires of the public, creating a world of wonder and illusion that cemented his legacy as the Prince of Humbugs. Barnum's American Museum wasn't just a place. It was an experience, a testament to the power of imagination and the enduring fascination with the extraordinary. In 1842, Barnum met Charles Sherwood Stratton, a 4-year-old boy with dwarfism. This chance encounter would change both of their lives forever. Barnum saw an opportunity to capitalize on Stratton's unique appearance. He envisioned a future where the boy could become a star, drawing in crowds and generating significant revenue. He taught the boy to sing, dance, and tell jokes. Barnum was meticulous in his training, ensuring that Stratton could captivate any audience with his charm and talent. He rebranded him as General Tom Thumb and presented him to the world as a miniature gentleman. The transformation was complete. Stratton was now a polished performer, ready to take the stage. Tom Thumb was an instant sensation. Audiences were fascinated by his small stature and larger-than-life personality. People were charmed by his wit and talent. His performances were a mix of humor, music, and dance, making him a versatile entertainer. He became Barnum's first true international star. His fame spread quickly, and soon everyone wanted to see the amazing General Tom Thumb. They toured the United States, drawing massive crowds wherever they went. Each performance was a spectacle, and the public couldn't get enough. Barnum, ever the savvy businessman, recognized the potential for even greater fame and fortune. He was always thinking ahead, planning the next big move. He set his sights on Europe. The continent was ripe for new forms of entertainment, and Barnum knew that Tom Thumb would be a hit. In 1844, Barnum took Tom Thumb to England. It was a bold move, but Barnum was confident in their success. He arranged a private performance for Queen Victoria. This was a strategic move, as a royal endorsement could catapult Tom Thumb to new heights of fame. The Queen was charmed by the diminutive performer. Her approval was a significant milestone in Tom Thumb's career. This royal seal of approval made Tom Thumb an international celebrity. The endorsement opened doors to new opportunities and audiences. They toured all over Europe, performing for royalty and commoners alike. Each performance was met with enthusiasm and wonder. The European tour was a resounding success. The duo's popularity skyrocketed, and they became household names across the continent. It made Barnum a wealthy man. The financial rewards were immense, but the success meant more than just money. More importantly, it solidified his reputation as a master showman. Barnum had proven that he could captivate audiences on both sides of the Atlantic. Barnum understood that the public had a thirst for novelty. He had a keen sense of what would draw crowds and keep them coming back for more, and he was more than happy to give them what they desired. His ability to anticipate and cater to the demands of the public was unparalleled. He was also a shrewd marketer who understood the power of celebrity endorsements and the importance of catering to different cultures. Barnum's marketing strategies were ahead of their time. With Tom Thumb as his star attraction, Barnum had conquered America and Europe. The duo's success was a testament to Barnum's vision and Stratton's talent. He was now a global phenomenon, and his hunger for success was far from satisfied. Barnum's journey was just beginning, and the world eagerly awaited his next move.